every year I have to come up with something new, right? And I would develop a new thing, but every year I would come back again. I wanted the only thing with the Bible again. And every year I would say, hey, listen, do you want action? Do you want murder? Do you want drowning a whole cavalry in the Red Sea? Do you want somebody sleeping in the den with lions? You throw them in. What do you want? You want one brother killing another brother? What do you want? Do you want building the biggest ship in the world and floating it out and putting animals in it? You got everything. And they throw me out the door, you know. They say, oh, you back again with that? Every year they say, are you back again with that? So 17 years went by, if you can believe that. And finally, one day, the president of Taft was there, and he said, why don't we do it? So I had this great artwork, beautiful artwork. So I put it in a folder or whatever. We went back to Cincinnati, and he called in his entire executive staff. And I had a beautiful room there, and I had this great artwork up there, and they were coming down the hall, and I swear, I can just hear them saying, what's going on? What's the meeting about? I said, well, Barbera's in, and he's got a project. He says, no kidding, what? He said, the Bible. I can hear him saying, gee, no, the Bible? Are you kidding? You know, this was what I had to face. Now, they all piled in there. And up on the wall is this fabulous artwork. And they're looking at it. Before they left, some of them were saying, give us that artwork. We'll go out. We'll quit our job here. We'll go out and sell that tomorrow, right? Nevertheless, the slings and arrows continued when I went back, and for quite a while when I was developing them and putting them into work. Because number one, how do you get around the problems of doing something religious without getting, taken apart by the various denominations? So what I did was I put together a cadre of an Episcopalian, a Catholic, a rabbi, a fundamentalist, one other one, at least 5 of them, calling them advisors. And we stuck very close to the Bible and the Word. We never changed anything. We stuck very close to it. Developed pretty good characters. The one little thing that I would add myself is like when I did Noah's Ark, and I'm reading through the stuff and I'm saying, wait a minute. So I called in the writer and I said, wait a minute. I said, look, you got to understand, this thing was about 700 feet long, and it was built by Noah and his son, and there was hand-hewn planks. I said, it had to leak. I mean, it did nothing about that. It had to leak. Also, I said, it's unwieldy, and it was loaded with iron, and it had to rock. So what I put in, when it rocked, you see all the, like the cattle and the rhinoceros or whatever, slide across this room. Then it'd rock back again, and they'd slide back like that. Also a leak, and the rhinoceros puts his horn in the leak to plug it up, and somebody puts a tail in, you know. Well, when we screened that for 17,000 Lutherans and their kids, they screamed. So you could see what, we're still giving them the Bible, but we're giving them a little different slant on it. Like I went into a Bible school at the Crystal Cathedral. You know Shula, who runs the Crystal Cathedral? He invited me down to speak, which I did in front of it's unbelievable, the place. Then they wanted me to go in and talk to 200 kids in the Bible class, Sunday school, you know. So I ran that one, and I had another one. Well, when you finished, they didn't leave. They turned around and say, play it again. So, I mean, they were making points there, you know. But one of my favorite projects, and since then, I understand that it's one of our best-selling videos.
Yeah.
So I'm going to heaven. I don't know about you.